welcome to Captain Dorja's Armory. This is Captain Dorja, and you can see right here in my garage, this is the T-54. T-54 is a Tier 9 Soviet medium tank. It's really fun. Um, when the Tier 9 mediums were initially released, the T-54 was sort of the terror of the battlefield. The thing was insane. Uh, anyway, it's a really good tank. It's really fun. I've enjoyed mine a lot. I haven't had it that long. And this video we're going to be looking at is kind of a celebratory video. I just got the upgraded gun for it, and that just completely changes the tank. It's really good. I like it a lot. So we're just going to take a quick look at the guns on the T-54, and then we're going to jump straight into the battle. Not a lot of garage time in this one. So this is the gun that I have mounted, and these are the other guns. We're going to pull this one over here, and this one over here. Okay, so the way I have the gun, this thing arranged is this is the stock gun that you have when you unlock the T-54. This is your first upgrade. This is your second upgrade. This is the optional second upgrade. Depends on what you want. Now, these two guns here on top, they require the upgraded turret in order to fit them. So you can't use either one of those guns until you get the turret. Now, I have everything on my T-54 unlocked now except for this gun. So the moment I unlocked this, I was able to put it on straight away and get to battle. This gun, the stock gun, it's pretty bad. The 100mm D10T gun. This is the gun that back in the day you used to be able to get on the T-34-85 at Tier 6. You used to be able to get it on the T-43 at Tier 7. Now the only thing you use it on is you use it on the T-44 at Tier 8. And you use it to just to unlock the LB1 on the T-44. So this gun used to be like kind of the main Soviet tank, medium tank gun. Now it's basically, it never gets used. And it's because it's a piece of crap. On a Tier 9 anyway. It's great on a Tier 6 and it's good on a Tier 7, but it's crappy on everything else. It's got low penetration, low damage, low accuracy. The rate of fire is not very good, and the aiming time is pretty long. So basically it's horrible. It's bad at everything. This gun, the LB1, is basically an improved D10T, which is unfortunate because the D10T is not a very good gun to start with, so improving it just takes it from being garbage to being like meh. Now this is the main gun for the T-44 at Tier 8. And the Type 59 gun is actually really similar to the LB1. But on the T-44 and the Type 59, you're a Tier 8. You're not expected to be doing what a T-54 is expected to do. So if you're not quite as well armed, that's actually fitting, because you're an entire tier lower. This gun, basically the only real difference between the LB1 and the D10T is the LB1 is a little bit more accurate. It aims faster, and it's got a higher rate of fire. But the problem with the LB1 is that the penetration is bad, and the damage is low. So when you have to fight Tier 10s, you can't hurt them, and when you do hurt them, it's just a scratch. And you're not much better off when you have to fight Tier 9s. Now this is the gun that I have, the 100mm D10T2C, which is basically just a super D10T. So here's D10T, this is the super D10T. Now this gun is really good. It's got 7.7 rounds per minute rate of fire, which is pretty good. It's got 201 penetration, which is actually pretty low for a Tier 9 medium tank gun. But it's enough. 201 is enough. 320 damage per shot, which is quite good. 0.35 accuracy, which is pretty good. 2.3 second aiming time, which is pretty quick. Now that compares against this gun. This is the other top-end gun for the T-54, the 100mm D54. This is the gun that you see on a lot of T54s. It's really long, it's got a fume extractor and a muzzle brake on it. It's the original top gun for the T-54. This gun was added later. This D-54 gun is pretty good too. It's got a slower rate of fire at 7.3 versus 7.7. It's got 219 pen, which is about 20 more, so that's pretty good. That's 220 pens, about the top end for a tier 9 medium, even with like the E50, and I think the Patton's about the same as well. 320 damage, so it's the same amount of damage as this gun. 0.39 accuracy, so you can see the Super D10T is more accurate, and the D54 has a long aim time of 2.9 seconds. So basically what that means is that because of the bad accuracy on the D54, it's not as good for medium to long range, and because of the long aiming time, any time where you might want to be snapshotting, you basically can't snapshot effectively. But because the D54, or because the D10T2C has a higher rate of fire, it means that it's just as good at brawling. So this gun is overall more versatile. You can do mid-range sniping with it. It's better for corner poking. The high rate of fire gives it better DPM, even though the penetration is lower. 200 is still plenty adequate. And a lot of the tanks that you're going to be fighting, you're going to be attempting to flank them. So from the sides and rear, 200 should be plenty. In my opinion, this gun's better for brawling, and it's got the capability to do a little bit of sniping in a pinch. So I think this gun is better than this one, but I know there are quite a few people out there who will trade the accuracy, the aim time, and a little rate of fire to get that penetration. And on a lot of things, like on a tank destroyer, for example, I would do the same, but not on the T-54. So this will be my inaugural match with the D10T2C, and let's take a look at it. So we've got the T-54, Tier 9 Soviet medium tank, on a mountain pass match. I'm not really a huge fan of this map, to be honest with you, but T-54 is a really good tank, so we'll make it work. You can see in chat, I'm pretty excited about my gun. The T-54 is not very fun to drive without the gun upgrade, because you have no firepower whatsoever. At the start of the match, I was actually scoping out that T-54 to see if he had the gun upgrades as well, and he does. So let's get on with it. We're in a tier 10 match, only 2 tier 10s per team. The enemy's got an E100 and an M48 Patton. We have a Batchat and an IS-7. So what I'm thinking about doing is, I'm going to try and control the middle of the map. I'm learning a lot about map tactics with different types of tanks from watching Quickie Baby. And one of Quickie Baby's things when he's in mediums on this map is he tries to dominate the middle. And he's a much more effective, successful player than I am. So if I have a chance to exploit my betters, I like to do that. So the first thing that we're doing over here is we're spotting and we're sniping. And with this gun, you actually can snipe. It's not like using the Ag Tiger, but it's definitely not like using, say, an IS-3. Now you can see we managed to get a hit on the Leopard prototype, and with that, the Leopard's backed off, the T-54's backed off, the E-100 and the Ferdinand and the Indian Panzer have advanced. I've got my opening. So I see that there's an E-50 and an M48 Patton down here, so I have to stay to the right side of this river or else the Patton can shred me. This AT-15 is stripping all of his advantages and turning them into nothing. So if he wants to make himself into a credit pinata for me, I'm more than happy to take advantage. 1,033 easy damage to him at the cost of one shot from a Patton and my medkit because my driver died. Now, the enemy E-50 is dead, but an E-75 is taking his place. If I have to fight one of the two, I'd way rather fight an E-50. So What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to essentially side scrape around this rock while this E-75 fires at me, but um, I can't do anything effective from there. So I decide I'm gonna have to go for it and risk it with the E-75 and the Patton, or else I'm just gonna be sitting down here doing nothing. So I actually advance, and you can see the Patton is penetrating with no problem. The E-75 though is actually bounced off my front plate, and you can see he just did it again. So what I'm thinking is this is probably a brand new E-75 player, because there's a special event on the NA server right now called, I think it's called what's it called? On Track to the E100. That's the name of the special event, On Track to the E100. And in this event, the E100, the E75, the Tiger 2, and the Tiger, they're all 30% off. So tons of people have just got brand new E75s. He doesn't have the gun upgrade. And with the stock guns on the E75, at range, penetrating a T-54 can be difficult. So you can see all those bounce marks on my hull. That's from the E75 bouncing his shots off me. And while the Patton was definitely putting in effective fire, the fact that that E75 wasn't upgraded allowed me to square off with that Patton, and I was able to deal 1100 damage to him and knock him out of the fight. At this point, what I was worried about was I could see on the map that the enemy E100 and Indian Panzer, and also the I think it's an IS-8, are down south. I was worried that they were going to break through, and I knew that T-54 was last seen somewhere around here. So I come back into the middle. What I'm doing is twofold. I'm looking for the T-54, and I'm also trying to get into a position where if I need to, I can react to a breakthrough to defend the base. And if it looks like I don't need to react to a breakthrough, from here I can also push. So I've just spotted 2 of the enemy's artillery. Put 1 into the Lorraine. There we go, we've spotted 3 of the enemy artillery. Let's finish off the Lorraine. And I decide they don't need me south. I'll move towards the base. And I'm looking at that Leopard prototype sitting on 280 health. Guy's got no armor and my average damage roll is 320. I should be able to pick him off as he rounds the corner, because he's coming around the corner to me. Now watch this. I know exactly where he is. He is in direct line of sight with me right now, and he just disappeared. Boom! Let's observe where he is sitting. Now I can't go back and look from my rec, because the replay mechanic doesn't let you. Here's a few things that we know. This Leopard is reversing. So when he fired, he was in front of that bush. That bush was in a direct line of sight from where I was just sitting. So that means that Leopard was parked in front of a bush, getting no camouflage bonus from the bush, in direct line of sight. And I could not see him. He fired, and I didn't see him. I didn't see him because I was dead. The T-69 detects this guy by driving right into his face. This is the sort of thing that makes me hate World of Tanks. I love World of Tanks, but this kind of cloaking bullcrap is stupid. I just saw a moving tank drive right into my line of sight, 200 meters away. And because the guy magically stopped, he's suddenly invisible. Love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm dead because of a bunch of bull. Look at that. He was sitting farther around that corner, and I couldn't see him. That's glorious. Glorious. Anyway, if you've played World of Tanks as much as I have and you're not used to the Romulan cloaking device, you need to stop playing this game. I'm used to it, but just because I'm used to it doesn't mean I have to like it. That's all for now. I don't have post-battle results, but 3,100 damage in a medium tank is pretty good, so I'll take that. It was a good match, and it was a fun match right up until the last second when the Leopard Ninja killed me. So I'll definitely take that win. Anyway, that's all for now. So, it's Captain Dorja here. Just remember, guys, you can never have enough big guns.